Could we be settling for last season's provision, even though God has brought us into a new season that has brand new provision? You know, if you know anything about the Old Testament story of the children of Israel wandering in the wilderness for 40 years, you've heard of manna. And every now and then I'll be at a gathering where there's food and somebody will try to pay a compliment and say, tastes like manna from heaven. Manna was not a compliment. Manna was never God's will for his children. God's will was for them to be eating the produce and fruit of the promised land. But because they allowed fear to overcome their faith, they chose not to enter the promised land. And so they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. While they were there, God provided manna. Manna wasn't God's will. Manna was God's grace because he provided for them while they were in a place that he never wanted them to stay. Because God is good and he's a provider, God will provide even when we are not where we're supposed to be. You know, in Joshua 5, this new generation finally makes it to the promised land and they enjoy their first meal of the produce and fruit of the promised land. And it says the very next day, the manna stopped. Sometimes I wonder if God would have allowed them to continue eating manna as long as they were satisfied with eating the provision from the season before. Even though they were surrounded in a brand new season with brand new provision, I wonder if God would have allowed them to continue eating last season's provision. We got to be careful. Don't hang on to last season so much that you miss what God is doing right in front of you now that has a brand new provision. Love you.